Yeah, he's hurt really bad.
Not very often do people choose Master on lightweight, but as I was saying, we are here with Rafael Dos Anjos, showcasing him after his pretty solid victory at UFC 272, although I do believe the fight should have been stopped after the third. Tremendous heart by Moicano. I think everybody has acknowledged that since that fight, but I don't think it was good for him to take a lot of that damage. Although, hey, he gets to get a... Pretty sure he got a nice little locker room bonus because of it. So RDA, he did a really good job of sinking in that body kick every time after he got Moicano's hands to come up, he would sneak in the body kick underneath the forearms of Moicano, and then once he had Moicano respecting his low kicks and his body kicks, he was able to target him with a high kick, which dropped him in round 3. And I thought the fight was pretty much done from there. I thought it should have been stopped, and I'm like, why are they doing this to this man? So with RDA, you can learn a lot from that performance. It was very vintage RDA performance from a striking perspective. More grappling RDA performance. I mean, even the grappling in that fight too, honestly. Like, he just looked fantastic overall. Now, granted, Moicano did take the fight on short notice, but his, yeah, you could tell he was definitely working that grappling and getting ready for Makhachev. Would it have been enough? I don't think so. So, speaking of grappling, I'm going to show y'all a little tip. Huh? So, right there, managed to get the takedown relatively easily because my opponent went to, I used the jab. He put himself back to the cage, which gives me grapple advantage. I'm just going to go for this up here. Okay, I'm going to go for this up, and I'm going to keep trying to explain. So, when your opponent backs up to the cage, you get grapple advantage. If you evade a strike with the takedown, not only do you get grapple advantage, but you're also at a stamina advantage, so it makes it easier to get the takedown. And this guy cannot defend a joint sub for the life of him, so we're definitely taking his, we're taking that home with us relatively easily to get him out of there. Then again, this is like the last fight I needed for my placement fights and everything like that, so we'll probably start getting some people with some numbers on their names. But so far, not bad, not too shabby for the first fight. And RDA, he is really good from the top position. Like he is one of those pressure jiu-jitsu guys like, on the top position. If you watch his fight against Neil Magny, if you watch his fight against Anthony Pettis, like the dude, once he gets you down and he's able to work his type of game, it's really solid. And his takedowns aren't no joke either. He has some pretty legitimate takedowns. And that was another thing. The timing, he was able to do some takedowns off of slips. He was able to do some takedowns, just making Moicano throw that rear hand, and he would just duck underneath and boom. And I wish it was just a little bit smoother, in these UFC games, you know, something can be done for the future. So this is a fight that's happened before, and we all know how it went. Khabib, so I'm probably gonna expect this guy to grapple, and I hope so because I want to nail him with a takedown counter. Now, one thing that I always talked about with the devs is just getting more options for the person against the cage to be able to hit their own takedowns, because it's not, they should be able to repummel. We should be able to you know, wrestle a little bit more from that position. And I remember in this fight, I pulled a clip from this fight specifically. I can't touch, and it was when RDA went for a takedown on Khabib. Okay, this guy's I don't know if he's trying to strike to get me to open up for a takedown, or he's just using Khabib for the threat of the takedown. But we're gonna be able to slip a rib here. As I was trying to say. Ooh, sneaky body uppercut. Okay. Hold on. Let me get comfortable. I'm trying to figure this guy out. It seems to me that he's not really using Khabib the way one would think you're supposed to. He's preemptively moving his head. But the threat of Khabib, a lot of players, this used to be done a lot in UFC 3. Guys would choose grapplers, but not elect to grapple very early, because people, when they go against a grappler, they're already automatically trying to, yeah, you see, he didn't even go for a takedown there, automatically trying to pre-deny a takedown. And what happens is, it opens up the head, because you're constantly low blocking, and in that space, they keep attacking your head, because you're worried about the takedown. But this guy hasn't really shown me anything that he's actually going to go for a takedown, so I think I'll pretty much in the clear, which is a little bit disappointing. Okay, I think I figured him out.
Mission accomplished. You are battering that.
He's moving his head off the center line, so it's gonna make it a little bit more difficult to get off what I need to get off.
Do it real tight.
Habib has a noggin for a chin. Noggin for.
Nice strike.
Body attack and it's blocked.
I wish he did a little bit more damage.
He loaded up on that right
Jesus.
hand, too.
One thing RDA did also really well was he did a really good job of not only baiting Moicano strikes, but he would burst in flurries. And when Moicano tried to circle, Moicano specifically trying to circle to the outside of RDA's leg, and RDA always kind of made sure that he was always either to the outside of Moicano, so he wouldn't be able to get a more advantageous angle for the cross, because that rear hand play is very important in orthodox versus southpaw matchups. Even in this game too, like it happens a lot because the guy leads with a cross, whoop, like right there, and the guy tries to start up with a double jab. Let's take him down. It will result in usually the guy throwing the straight will end up winning that exchange. We got takedown. We're gonna secure the round with that. So yeah, I could. Okay, I guess this guy's not a good. Okay, that's why he's not trying to grapple. He's not exactly a good grappler. Decent defense. It's okay. But yeah, now we got some time. So Habib, when RDA took him against the fence, there's a nice little clip. You can find it. He kind of judo throws him. I forgot what type of throw he hit him with. RDA was trying to double leg him, and Habib established wrist control, and then he got his, I think, his far hip across RDA's far base leg or whatnot, and then just judo tossed him and took him down. So if that was implemented in this game, it would make it a lot more threatening, even if you try to out-wrestle somebody who's the better grappler. You feel me? And I think it would just make it a little more fun, too. It's the lack of positions is not what I enjoy. But RDA, also speaking of lack of positions, the entries on the clinch were extremely smooth, too. When he would smother Moicano strikes and then land off some hooks off the break off his own, he did a really fantastic job of that. And then when he'd switch up from just going for the takedown and then attacking up top, that was really nice too. Which is something I wish you could do as well, like just, ooh. I don't know why that landed. Thought my head was, oh, come on. I don't want him building the momentum. So that crossbody kick is working beautifully. You see how he's like flicking his hands up and down? He's not shooting a takedown. This is so weird. He's just standing back, Habib. Oh, wow. Okay, I guess I didn't have enough time to do it. He went for the knee.
Another punch lands.
Oh, look at him land another jab there. He's certainly using that
boy.
effectively here tonight.
Oh boy. I wonder if, I don't know, it said he was like division something, 10, 11, something. I mean, clearly this guy's played much longer than that. Oh, gotcha. Health was low. Ah, damn, man. Habib has a freaking chin on him, but he's going down. Is he out? Let's get him out. Oh. I'm not gonna see what he's something. I wasn't gonna go for that ground and pound. I've seen too many people survive ground and pound. They should not survive. Ah, boy, he's gonna. That submission defense is really solid. Like the stats from Habib make it really hard to submit him with a joint sub. Once you get a specific type of choke sub on him, you have the right amount of stamina advantage. And my stamina is probably not the best either right now because I did go for a pretty solid flurry. Yeah, he's getting out. Yeah, is he? I fumbled. I fumbled. Damn it.
Submission defense there. Right into control.
No.
Strength figures to be put to good use here.
Yes, absolutely. And you gotta look
for
his opponent.
He's gonna try a pass. Nope. Yeah. Okay. I see. You see exactly what I mean. He wasn't really trying to grapple. He uses Habib so people don't grapple him. But this is what a lot of players do. Like, they will choose a grappler so guys won't grapple them. I knew guys that they actually were not nice with like submissions back in UFC 3. They'll choose somebody like Ortega or like Souza, and then so you wouldn't take them down because they had the 2-gate subs or really strong subs. Just like, well, I can't take this guy down because if he gets me in a submission, it's a wrap. Too much talking when you let him up. Go. Hit the body kick. Ah, just a second off on that front kick.
All right, so there's the end of the round, and on one side, Thrill, on the other, agony.
Yeah. This is he's down 2 rounds. This dude's down 2 rounds. He's not trying to change up anything or much at all.
All right, so another round is now underway. Pretty good action over the previous.
Now I'm wondering. I'm pretty sure he's in a division where he can see my stamina and everything. So, oh Lord. Oh my gosh. He's got frame trapped to shit. He blocked his head this entire time. Are you serious? Okay, some people like they throw out the counter as like a fuck it counter, and that was definitely a moment for a fuck it counter, because there was no way in hell he knew that was coming. He just assumed. He's also nuts to block his body. All 3 body shots when his head was hurt. He felt struck him by 50%. Yeah, and he's getting desperate with the slip straight. Alright, his body feeling it. Body feeling it. How do you rip some really solid kicks? Switch kick isn't going to work as well as I would like it to, because he's unorthodox and he's kind of circling outside when he can. Ooh, 1, 2, 3. Duck. He's killing his own stamina. Now, I mentioned this in my previous showcase. When guys move their head off the center line and then they return, if you hit their block when their short-term stamina is low, it does more damage to the block. So, ooh, let's go. Come on. So, put him on a knee. Yes. But he's hurting himself because he's just waiting for me to make the mistake, and that's why he's kind of camping out for that counter, because he doesn't really have much of an answer. He's been ducking a lot, so let's see. He keeps ducking, bro. You keep ducking. Ooh, he felt that body kick. Already post-tuner, he feels really solid. And there. Ha! That's exactly what I mean. That's exactly what I mean. He kept on ducking. And when you keep moving, I'm going to give him credit, though. I'm going to give him the respect, though, because he did stand with me pretty much the entire time. But when you keep moving your head and then your opponent's able to land strikes on your guard as you're using energy to move your head, it results in more short-term block damage, which eventually does damage to the long-term. And even there, even though he was blocking and his hands came up for the front kick, it was already, the damage was already done. And we got ourselves a, what is that Anik would say, a scintillating knockout with a front kick. Get one. Alright, we're going to call it at this one. Automatic NW. Why does that, the NWO sounds familiar. I don't know if that's like a clan or something. I think maybe Hammer might have been part of that camp or something. That guy's a champ right now, I believe, on Xbox. So good for Hammer. Oh, well, that's Ferguson. Now, those of you who remember the Tony Ferguson fight, the first time they fought, I stand by, like, even if they had fought again a little bit earlier before Ferguson's on his current skid, I do believe that I think he'll beat him now. But even if you watch that first fight, I'll watch it back, because a lot of people, they're stat watchers. That first round was RDA's round. It was unanimously RDA's round. And then after the eye poke, it was getting poked in your eye at higher altitude, and you're fighting somebody like Tony Ferguson. That is not where you want to be. Ooh, sneaky. Oh my lord. Okay. Baby Ferg? Yeah, Baby Ferg. But that eye poke really screwed things up for RDA. And I've been wanting to see a rematch for a while. I think it would be very painful, as Ferguson now is scheduled to fight Michael Chandler, and one can only think that that might be like the nail in the coffin for Ferguson, or he could very well surprise us all. So let me not put him on his grave. So, bro, no. Sometimes you gotta let people know. Look, this is a 5-round fight, and I do want to wear down his stamina, so we're gonna take him down, force him to transition a little bit. He's in full guard. I just want to see what he's able to do. He keeps trying to force the issue on grappling me. Now, I don't want to risk anything, so we'll get up. Push pass. No, we don't get it. I prefer getting to feet on hips. Feet on hips is a little bit more secure with trying to pass. So just a little bit faster. Tony's playing a little bit weird. So it's pulling. So as he pulls, you're going to look to target his legs or target his legs in the middle of his combinations. Oh my God. He's trying to force out so much.
Man, is he timing his shots well here tonight, DC. It's hard to recall him being this
RDA has a really nice chopping low kick. Very solid low kick in lightweight. Oof. Another one with the rear hook. Still is yet to get a proper moveset update because his moveset up does not. He forced that slip straight. He didn't really do that. His moveset is not fully to the best of his ability. Okay, 1-2 head kick, elbow. Jeez. My dude, you have now had 3 takedowns tonight. You got to set it up a little bit better than that. I'll give you credit. You might have to go for like a clinch or something, and then I'll just clinch you back. Boom. I'm surprised I didn't rock him. That chin of Tony is ridiculous. His legs hurt though. Another one. Empty slip straights. Try that strategy yourselves. Like when y'all watching me, once this is uploaded, like keep in mind I threw that leg kick as he's throwing a combination after a whiff. In that case, he whiffed the slip straight. So oh my God, pieced him up. But he whiffed the slip straight, so that gave me a good bit of a frame advantage in order to land that low kick. He wasn't able to return back, being able to block. And that's also when the kick does the most damage when the short-term stamina is low because he whiffed that strike. So now he's in southpaw. Tony does have a 99 switch stance. I'm attacking the legs on entry, and that's how you don't get your kick checked. And as a result of the kicks, we're going to be able to let the hands go. Check that one. Like I said, don't try to kick back a kicker. Front kick. Ah, he guessed that. I mean, that was a pretty long startup, but ain't no way in hell. Oof. Huh? There it is. I held block there. 80 to 42.
Rafael Dos Anjos. And connecting with 65% accuracy against
oh, fucking hell. Good recovery though.
Oh, straight right.
Whew.
Knee to the body.
The RDA does his best work when he can fight on the outside very well. He can fight very well on the outside when he needs to, but not too much. If the guy's pressuring him accordingly, especially if they're the better grappler, excuse me, it's a lot harder for him to get off what he needs to do on the outside. But he's shown he's gotten a lot better at that. But pressure is the way for him to go. All right, we can let loose to the head. If you hurt somebody's leg, don't go right back to the low kick, because at that point they're going to be ready. Ha ha! There we go. Set up the head kick. Like once you damage the legs, you don't necessarily once you get a knockdown or a flash rock, you don't necessarily have to force the leg kick anymore, because now at the end of they're going to be focused. Oh, I got a low block, and you don't want to give up a stupid check. You see that I'm getting his hands to drop every single time I feint. Look, it's a little. Oh my lord. Jeez. All right, but it's the little shit like that. Like you gotta pay attention to the little details, and that's why I like fighting with no HUD. Like play that, run that back, like play that back. Like I think it'll probably be like 20, 30 seconds. It's like still eat it. Oh, you check that one. Okay, no more kicks for now. Nope. No spinning Beyblade for you, and we got him out of there. Let's go. Woo! Alright, that's a good end. But yeah, yo, just watch right before all that. Like if you're watching the showcase right now, replay that back and watch how his hands are dropping every single time I feinted low. And then how I set up the head kick for it later, right? You can, when you recognize what your opponent is doing at that controller when they at the crib and they're playing you, and you see how they're reacting to what you're doing, that is going to be your opportunity to go. And like RDA, he had his opportunity with Makachev, wasn't able to get it, had no issues taking on an opponent on short notice like Hanada Moicano, who I believe was on a 2-fight winning streak prior to fighting RDA. And that man did his thing. Now, would I want to see that fight with Makachev rebooked? Absolutely. But whoever they give this man next, RDA showing back in lightweight, he a problem. But hopefully you guys enjoyed that showcase. Rev 17, I appreciate all of you. I'm out of here.